Are we live? It says we're live. Okay. Looks like I have audio. I'm trying out the cool background. I'm hearing audio back. Okay. How would I turn that off? Okay. Oh, here it is. Speaker, headphone. Maybe that'll do it. Okay, testing. I guess I shouldn't be testing on all the groups at once, but I'm not hearing the feedback now, so that's cool. But I am hearing, wait. I am hearing feedback. All right, how would I turn that off? Same as system. Well, maybe I can deal with it. Here, I'll just turn this off. Okay, I know you guys can hear me. So I'm Chad, and I am obviously still practicing setting up some of our software. So, and please excuse my the occasional barks in the background. We have a dog rescue that we started. We didn't really plan on it, but as we grew, our property is a rather large property, and where we built the offices, we had plenty of room to build some space to rescue some dogs. And so occasionally you'll hear some puppies barking, usually at absolutely nothing. So if that disturbs, I'll just go ahead and use the mute button. And I'm going to use this really cool little chat tool from Google. Let me test and see if that works. Oh, of course I have to do the permissions every time. Why is it not playing? You gotta, I don't know. Okay, let's try again. Sorry about this, guys. Just setting up and getting used to streaming live. I've done this like 20 times. Speak this. I'm not a robot. Okay, that's authenticated. And then now I can speak it. Cool. All right. So when we run across content that's better than me just reading it, I'm going to use this text reader here, and we'll read it into the stream. All right. So let's get down into this. Today's goal is to, like I said, kind of get used to going live in multi groups. We're going live in the React.js group, JavaScript, the Node.js, the Learn to Code group, and I believe I'm streaming on YouTube Live. Yeah, I can see it there. So again, this is one of many videos to come, so forgive me. But collectively, our groups, are going to help us kind of build the audience base and allow us to do larger topics that sort of span some of the areas there. So today's goal is to talk about something I had heard from Ivan. Ivan Olson, really smart guy. I've worked with him before. And when he dives into a library or a framework, he really dives in. So he was telling me about RAZZLE versus Next.js. So Brian, a fellow named Brian, you'll see on our channel, he really knowledgeable, really good at React. He was talking, how Next.js is really great. And he also likes something called Helmet. and I think even Svelte, but that's not, I don't know if that's a React one. Now I'm just sort of just repeating what I've heard. So I'm hopeful to go through this live on my desktop and share my screen and just basically build a basic project with Razzle. Quoting Ivan, he sort of said that the reason why he didn't like Next.js, not that he didn't like it, but that it was a little too opinionated. Whereas with Razzle, I think Razzle's goal is to make it so upgrades will be easier, that the configuration management of Webpack and a couple other configuration files is a little less, it's a little less coupled to future upgrades. But again, I'm not really familiar. I'm just hearing this stuff. So I don't know if I'm live on the Discord channel. Let me take a look. Okay, it shot over a message to the group. And I don't know why I'm getting feedback in my headphones. I'm sure I'll figure that out. So thanks for bearing with me. And let's go ahead and I'll share my desktop. Let's see if I can figure that out. So I'll go over here and choose share. And I'll just share screen 2, which I think I already am. Oh, I just got to click share. Duh. Okay, cool. All right, so there I am in the video in the corner. I've got some coffee and I'm ready to actually do this. For you folks who are in our React.js channel, this is going out to the Node group and also the JavaScript group and the Learn to Code group. We're all essentially a big group. We're going to be doing React conversations. We were saying interviews, but I think people were getting that confused with like interviews for jobs, or you just got to be so knowledgeable about React or whatever topic it is. And I don't think that that's the goal. The goal of going live and talking about React in this case and Razzle and some of the things we're going to do. I kind of got into a gentleman named Chase Rayner, and I bring him up on almost every one of my videos because unlike most people out there, I'm sure there's plenty doing it, but I ran into his group on Facebook. It's about SEO. It's called White Hat SEO is Dead. And I thought that was an interesting name, but it came up #1. So I joined it, has 20,000 plus members. I'm now a moderator in the group. I got invited in, I guess. And that's awesome. And so his style of going live on YouTube and now streaming out on Facebook, he just basically gets after it. So I don't know. He really doesn't have any pre-production planning too much. He must have some, but it's not a whole bunch of let's do a perfect video with cuts and then stream that live or reproduce it live. He just gets after a particular goal. So I'm taking small goals right now, because I would say that I'm somewhere between a beginner in React and intermediate, hoping soon to be intermediate. I think I will be after I work through several of the tutorials that we put in the units section in the React.js group. So our groups are private. That means that we don't want 50,000 members right now. We want a small enough group of people where we have beginners, intermediate, and expert, but that the group is just small enough that people recognize someone and recognize who stands out and helps with mentorship and really is contributing to the group. None of us want to see repeat posts of what's better, Node versus PHP as a server and things like that. Once you see that once, you don't need to see that in your feed anymore. So the React group we have, which let me just bring it up on the screen here and kind of talk a little bit about that. The React group we have has this new live YouTube channel, which we're actually on right now. At least I think we're live. I'm not seeing. Yeah, there we go. And and it's got a bunch of the users from the different groups have joined and friends, and thanks for doing that. And I don't think again that the goal is for us to have 1 million subscribers. I think the goal is to let people be an authority of where they are. So if you're a beginner in React, but you know JavaScript and you know HTML and CSS, that's cool. I can relate to that. And I can remember just a short year ago or 9 months ago, I started looking into React and figuring that what parts would be hard and what parts would be easier. So you'll see me go through my stuff where I actually get stuck or Google stuff or make mistakes. But at the end of the day, I've been doing web development and the front end and the full stack for so long that I really personally want to break down this this wall that you can run into where it's like everyone who does React has to know 100% of the library, has to be a genius. It's so hard. If you don't know it all, you don't know React. I don't think that's true. I think that if you can use Google well, and you can know how to find example code and starter boilerplates, and you're just persistent, I think you're going to be able to build cool single page applications and learn while you do it. So again, I've kind of been doing this sort of big preamble and about what we're doing isn't meant to make people be in fear. Like, if I want you to come on live on the show, don't worry, there's probably not a million people watching. It's just going to be a few of your friends, maybe from the office. And then after you get off the show, and we talk for a little bit, we do some live coding, share some screens or whatever, you can be proud and tell people, say, look, you know that I'm learning React, or that I'm an expert at React, and I got on and I talked about what I cared about it and what I liked and didn't like. And we're using React or Razzle or Next as examples of things we can talk about. Soon we'll have like Node.js topics and experts talk, and we all get to learn. And even when you know the stuff, there's nothing better than listening to someone talk about the stuff. Like, for instance, I was talking with the guys in my Discord group today, and we were one of them was mentioning how Vue.js has really matured, and he's thinking it might even overtake React because it's been looking at what React has been doing and has been improving greatly. And my experience with Vue has been positive. And we have a Vue group. They weren't invited to this live feed because I didn't want to offend them and be like, hey, I'm just going to go live in our Vue group and talk about a React solution or a setup boilerplate or a CLI or whatever Razzle ends up being. So again, I'm always fearful that I might try something out and not know what the heck I'm doing, or my local environment might fail. But this isn't anything other than just a learning experience, and one that we can all share. So a lot of you in my React group have talked about wanting to go live. I put a, where is it? I put a little poll here, and I'm sort of keeping track of who's selecting what. Other people have messaged me directly. I've got moderators in other groups. And especially when we do the JavaScript group, then we can talk about any topics. Then, right, we can, or Node. We can do some Node stuff and be like, well, let's see how that stack works with Vue. Let's see how that stack works with a pure JavaScript solution. Let's see how that stack works with React. And yeah, so that's where we're at. So that's enough build up. I really don't know if I have more than like a handful of viewers right now, but that's all cool stuff, because this video is going to be left behind on all the walls. And it's really about me personally figuring out how to make it so we can do this stuff. So right now I'm running a Zoom meeting, and it's the pro version. So that means that I can bring somebody else in, more than just one more, and they can be in here with their own video, and they can also talk. We can moderate, mute, allow people to raise their hand and talk, etc. We can do whiteboard. But what's really cool is we can share screens and get to coding, right? Because that's what we really want to see. Not just someone sit here and talk, which I love to do, but we're going to talk about code. We're going to talk about what's on the web. We'll Google it. We'll get opinions. We'll give opinions. We'll complain. We'll applaud. It'll be fun. So, hey, Rui, how you doing? You like the video in Node.js? Cool. So, yeah. So let's do it. All right. That's the reason why I have this little talker thing here, because I might mute myself and just use the talker to speak for me, because it'll speak real concise, and I'll just get down to work, and let's get down to it. So without any preparation at all as to what Razzle is, it's just something I've heard about. We're going to Google it. Let's take a look. But before I do that, I'm going to pull up the Facebook group for Node.js, and we'll take a look at what's going on there. Right now, I have anybody who's joining we have only 581 members, but I know the folks in the Node group, and that's a lot of people. And I know that there's some real strong experts in the Node group. So I really want to draw them out and say, look, just because we're a small group, you want to get your voice out. You want people to see that you're knowledgeable. That's great. But just recognize that we'll be streaming over multiple groups and out onto YouTube and soon onto LinkedIn. And occasionally we'll even be guest streamers over on like very large groups like Chase Rainer's group that's 20,000 plus members. So if you want exposure and you want to share, then I would recommend that, you know, come over to the React group, or pretty soon the Node group there'll be stuff like this coming through, you know. All right, so yeah, here we are live. We got one viewer in the Node group. I'm gonna give that a like. But this group doesn't have like any kind of enforcement to, hey, join our YouTube channel, because the YouTube channel isn't yet set up like the React YouTube channel is. So if you want to see the React YouTube channel, here it is running in dark mode. And here I am talking from 30 seconds ago, looking at the Node group. And I've got one watching over there. So it's not a ton of folks, but it is like one on the channel over here, one on the channel over there, three on the channel over there. And the more that we extend our reach on groups, you know, the more interest will come about, and that's fun. And especially right now, guys, I think it's good that we don't have thousands of people like logging in, or 20 or 50 or anything scary. It's just going to be us. So, all right, enough of that. And then we talked about the JavaScript group, so let's go over there. And I like to name my groups. And I'm going to call them my groups. They're our groups. I moderate the heck out of them just because I don't like spam, and I have a vision for them, a goal that all ties into certain types of education, both free and paid. That's starting next year. But you'll notice that all of the groups that I've created, and this one's 450 members, it hasn't had a lot of attention or moderation, but it can. It's starting to get a little more growth, a little more attention. Like here's Idris Moaz from React group. He came over to the JavaScript group. I made a moderator, and he did a really cool video about closures. I can't wait to have him on a live conversation about some of this stuff. He's super knowledgeable. His videos are really great, and I'm giving him a plug on my video. So that's cool. So that's what's up. So we can kind of see that I'm live down here with 0 watchers in JavaScript group. So, you know, our group, this group, the more that it gets attention and likes and engagement, the more that people are going to kind of start to come back into it, because it's been kind of quiet. So moving right along, there's the Learn to Code group. So let's take a look at what's going on over there. So we all have been in that stage in our career, right, where we were like, man, I want to learn to code. And so we only have 46 members. But if your friend, family member, neighbor, they want to learn to code and they're asking you and you're way too advanced, shoot them over to our Learn to Code group. If you go to the About Us section of any one of our groups, all of our groups are linked. And there you go. So again, most of these folks are probably off doing other jobs, and we're live and there's nobody watching. So that's no pressure. Yeah, and in the future, I will do my best to start right off on what we're going to do. But I really, since this is the first time that we've gone live in 4 groups at once, I just wanted to get practice talking, I guess. I don't know. Let's move right along here. And that's enough of that. Learn to Code, JavaScript, Node.js, and our React group, which says we're live. I think it says we're live. That was an old live right there. Did it not post here? I might have to refresh this page to see the post, which, this being React, I would almost expect that it would do that. So most of our membership is international right now, but we do have US folks. US folks at this time of the day, around 2:30, are probably at work. And then the rest of the world that's on the other side of the time zone, they're probably sleeping. So there's going to be a key time that when we go live, we'll get a lot more viewership. And I've noticed that myself too. But again, we're just greasing the wheels here. So I might need a better term there, greasing the wheels. I don't know. All right. So you know the goal, it is to, let's check it out. Checking out RAZZLE for React versus Next.js for server-side rendering, which benefits SEO for applications, web applications, websites. So I'm going to go ahead and speak that, and then I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to just get down to it for a little while. And I'm going to go over here to, where's our speaker? Here it is. I'll just go ahead and hit speak. Okay, let's do some coding or some configuration setup or whatever you want to call it. Okay. I'm not getting any audio feedback. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I am, but that's okay. I can deal with it. Let's just take the headphones off. And I don't know why I'm stretching it out here, guys. I thought I would be ready and not kind of yawning, but that coffee took forever. So I'm drinking some more coffee, but this time with tea and a little bit of coffee. And let's go back. The music was like looping. I'm just going to kill this. And then we're going to, it's probably looping from one of my live. It's probably looping from one of the live pages I have open. Duh. Let me close all those and see if that goes away. Okay, we'll test it now. I got like 50 of them. So far, not so good, but let's see. I opened so many. Maybe it's my YouTube channel. It stopped. Well, we solved the mystery of that. My YouTube was playing my audio back in my head. And then it was also looping the music over and over. I hope that sounded okay. All right. So it's only been a half an hour and we finally have a Razzle project set up. And that was pretty much the goal, was just be basically, Telerik appears to be, maybe they're the maker of this. I don't know if it's open source. I haven't looked it up. Let's see. Let's get a little bit of background. I'll do my GitHub commit just to keep everything. There's the latest as of a few minutes ago. See if it's got any new stuff. It does not. Now there's new stuff in the queue. So we're just going to say like ran. What did they say to run? We ran that. And ran the create Razzle app. So init2, I don't know. Setup base. Sorry, be better at that name, that commit there, but let's just get it up there. Let's see if I can make this a little more exciting. So moving right along, we push it up. Oh, that's hot. And then let's see how long it takes to propagate. Looks pretty good. The README. I should probably update the README. All right, I'll clean that up in a few minutes. All right, let's get familiar with what we got. So we now have the node modules directory, public folder. There's a robots file. There's a favicon with the React logo. There is a get ignore. It's good to go. Some attributes. I made this file just to do the initial commit. I probably should have just wrote a README. Probably delete this out. Let's just kill it. Bye-bye. And MIT license, feel free to use this. Package JSON, my Razzle app. Now that doesn't seem to match what the directory name is, and I don't know if it has to, but it might be a good idea to just see where that's being used and maybe stay in line. So it's only being used in one place. So I'm going to go ahead and call this the, just going to follow checking out Razzle React. Save that. Why is it mad at me? Probably because, what pattern is that? Maybe we need to do a rebuild. Let's, I don't know if they use yarn or not. I should often cd npm start. Okay. I wonder if anything will blow up if I just go npm install again. Why not? because I've done a copy over one as well. Audit the fix. There's 2 moderate severity vulnerabilities. Okay. So audit fix. Oh, beautiful. No package JSON found. Oh. Well, look, this is fun. This is live TV. Really should be paying better attention. Where's my package JSON? Did it not copy over? Let's go take a look again. I basically obviously need to learn that if I'm going to create a GitHub instance with a local repo, and then I want to use one of these command line tools, often they're like, the directory already exists, so delete it so that they can add it. So probably what I should do next time is just run the command line to create the environment, then use GitHub desktop or command line and say, you know, and add the repo and push it up after creating it and whatnot. So whatever, I just did a copy and paste over, and now I'm kind of showing my stripes here. So let's go back into, let's go to the C drive and look for my GitHub. Where is it? C users documents, GitHub, that's right. And then I've got the documents GitHub, shouldn't it be in here? All right, let's take a shortcut and then go back over here, checking out RAZZLE and show it in Explorer. Windows GitHub check. Okay, so it's, I moved it to C GitHub, duh. All right, here's the folder. And then there was one with 2, and there's no package lock. That's why I was mad. So that's what was it mad about? Let's take another look. No package.json found. It's right there. Super weird. I wonder if I need to npm audit fix. No package JSON. Without a package JSON. What directory is this? Where's that? What am I missing here? It's right there. Well, this is fun. Obviously, I should just do my whole setup over again. Checking out RAZZLE, package JSON. I'm going to delete the node modules folder, I guess. And then maybe I'll delete the yarn file. Good, we get to wait forever. Yay. Why do I feel like I want to delete this video? But this is all part of the learning process, right? So that's what I'm doing. Yarn lock. Do we need this? Can Yarn install my Razzle Dazzle? This is why I need my guys from my team over here just telling me like, do this, do that, do this. But I know what to do. So let's see if we just go yarn. What directory are we in? ls pwd. We're in C GitHub. What? My bad. I didn't need to do all that. Why am I not? Why is my command line in one directory up? I guess I'd moved up and I'd forgotten. I probably should have took a nap. Let's see, cd, checking out cd GitHub, checking out RAZZLE, React. Now let's just do, they like to say npm up there, so let's go install, npm install. How embarrassing. I was in the wrong directory. I gotta admit, if I talk less and focus more, maybe this wouldn't happen. But I'm getting in the habit of talking and making excuses for mistakes. Oh, but I never make mistakes. So let's just reinstall the node modules directory. It'll recognize the package JSON. I can rename the name of the app in the package.json because lo and behold, I'm in the correct directory. That's some good tea. I think I'm gonna start waking up now and recognize. So this is me checking out Razzle. Super simple. The same as Next.js. Super simple to set up. Much easier than what I did here. I even looked at a module on the NPM directories that seemed, I don't know if I want to call it native, but it's a way to do, there's a really popular Node module for doing server-side React. So I did a demo of that. So I've checked out all three and looked at the architecture of them. There wasn't much difference in trying them all out. They all seem to start up Webpack as a dev server. They have the same commands. I think the first one I mentioned, which I can go over all these again at some point as I kind of get more dialed in. I have the repo up there. I have the repo for the Next.js, and I have the repo started for this. So at some point, either in this go around or next, I will take a look at all three. But I really feel like you started two servers with the first demo one, and I'll have to let me look it up. I had done SSR node modules npm is on npm somewhere. Let's see, npm, see if we can just find it. I think this is it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was one of these. Let's say it was this one, just for the sake of the conversation, even though this is just the CLI. Someone had recommended it. React SSR, this might be it. This looks familiar. So I'd taken a look at this and gone over to and ran this. This was my first attempt at looking at SSR related stuff. And it worked. You know, I pulled down the repo and got it running, and the way it ran the server and with server.js and all, it was real easy. And then right after I did, someone said, try out Next. And I said, yeah, I've heard of Next. So we did that. And now we're doing Razzle. Okay, so there's the hello world for Razzle. There's our familiar looking React code. There's the logo. So we ran this. I'm the king of taking 40 minutes to get to this. Let's see if we're ready to get to this. I like to take my time. I like to break it first, then fix it, then know it's good, and let's do it. So there's some low severity this time. So let's go npm audit fix. I get mixed results sometimes when I do this. Again, I'm happy to hear from anybody any tips. If it's maybe just use yarn, maybe go in and update the package to the newer stuff. You know, I'm still figuring stuff out, but it fixed 0 of 64 vulnerabilities. So yay. So only 64 vulnerabilities. I'm not sure. Maybe someone can tell me in comments. Is it because of the version of Node I have installed? I mean, Node-V version 12, like, why the vulnerabilities? Is Razzle not being kept up to date? They're just warnings, 64 warnings. Moving right along. So according to the documentation, you just do npm start, correct? It's Razzle starting. It starts up a client, does a build, kicks off the server, project is running at localhost 3001. What I like about some of these is they're picking different ports. So you could try and run and mess with all these and not have to stop one and run one over the other. So they chose port 3001. Webpack output is served from undefined. I'll have to look into that. Content not from Webpack is served at, and then checking out Razzle. 404s will fall back to index.html. Please use required DOM.route instead of require React Router DOM. Support for the later will be removed in the next major release. Okay, with no further ado, let's see our app. Cannot get, man, this hurts. Okay, so why not? Razzle dazzle, save us. So this is the first time that I've broken it this well. So the server started and it's compiled, and let's see, there's build, there's static. I'm not seeing stuff in there. Goodness sakes, I bet you I better read the documentation, right? So create Razzle, cd my app, npm start, now to run the app. And why do I feel like there needed to be, npm start, yarn build, yarn npm run build. We're just gonna go hog wild here, and I hate to thrash a little bit, but we're gonna do that. So let's stop any server that we think might be running. And then let's kill the log file. And gosh, I hate to do this again, but I'm gonna kill the node modules file. And pretty soon we'll be having live conversations with folks like Ivan, who really dove into Razzle. And he can just tell me like, hey, you know, I did have some issues or not issues, or it could have just been the way I set this thing up that made it upset. So let's clear out the node directories. They seem to be locked. Always fun. And now they're gone. Good. Okay, so I think we can just try yarn. Let's go with yarn. And to start it, we're just going to go, we start the build. I think you can do yarn. Which I wish someone out there would tell me what's the status of NPM versus yarn. Yarn seems to be being developed more. I don't know if that's going to be the case with Node Package Manager, if it's falling behind. I don't know. I get up to date on some of this stuff and then a month or two passes by and I'm not sure. So what do we got here? Warning for Razzle. I wrote this, I hate to see that. I wrote this module a very long time ago. You should use something else. Latin. Okay, we'll use something else. But this boilerplate is supposed to get us started. So just environment, use string.protofile. Okay. So much excitement in just getting your environment started. Again, the benefits apparently of Razzle, according to them, were, what are they? Where? They all have their pitfalls, whereas Razzle come in. Razzle is a tool that abstracts all the complex configuration into a single dependency. Let's just read that because it's fun. Why can't I hear that? Oh, I turned off share my computer audio. Let's see if that has share computer sound. I've really upset the matrix here. Permissions again, might as well. Video is so long overdue anyways. Might as well just go with it. Then we hear this guy speak. I'm not hearing it.
Google Cloud Text-to-Speech enable.
Sounds real clear. Make sure the server is stopped. Good. And then these guys said,
all of these existing options have their pitfalls and, in some cases, provide you more future issues than you bargained for. This is where Razzle come in. Razzle is a tool that abstracts all the complex configuration needed for SSR into a...
I just feel like that's somehow breaking. Doesn't finish the sentence. Why? Google, why? Okay, now we've done yarn. So, and if supposedly we can just do yarn start, will you work? And no matter what happens, I'm going to start from scratch. Even if this doesn't work, I'm going to create the Razzle Dazzle again in a different directory and not mess around with GitHub or anything, and just run the build and run the start and see if we're able to get a running app. Because, I mean, it should work, right? So I have to admit, sometimes when I do the NPM audit fixes, it either doesn't work or it mucks stuff up, and Yarn seems to have less warnings. It's only got 2 this time. So let's see if it wakes up during its start mode here. Guess there's probably a logger somewhere that's going to tell us what's going on. So we wait. And this is what I get for trying to do the easy stuff. I thought, oh, this will just be easy. I'll go live to 4 channels, 4 groups, and then I'll look like a star, right? Because I'll just run a couple commands, go and change some graphics, do some beyond compare and check it. And then here we go. with my server just kind of hanging. So far React Dazzle has not dazzled me. Maybe something's running on port 3001 already. Cannot get. Looks like something's trying to wake up. Not really loving it. So maybe, do we see where we can set the port? Let's check the code and maybe change ports. I think it's still trying to do something, but if I was in the source and I went to server.js and I looked for like a port setting, wouldn't I be in here? Get star, razzle dazzle. Clients, I'm seeing that. There's your tests. Index. Console.log, server side, what? Well, okay. Server side HMI. Am I not going to the right place? Let's try port 3000. Okay, my mistake. I misunderstood by the use of the port 3001. I was like, oh, I loved it. They're all using different ports now. So apparently port 3001 is probably reserved for something else. It says it right there. Project is running it there. But for whatever magic reason, is this a different app? There's the Razzle running at port 3000. Do they have some documentation that's out of order? Let's go there. Cannot get. So maybe this is the back end. Like since this is a server-side React app, and since I'm like a rookie, and that's probably what the dealio is. So this is probably the back-end API from Node, and then this is the front end serving from welcome to Razzle. So in the interest of utilizing what's here and changing it, and also getting some React experience in here, I'm going to make some changes, verify that we get hot reload. And I can promise the group, at least for beginners' sake, I'll probably go back through in a week and redo the same setups again for Next, the other SSR, and for this one. And I might do them all in one video and not mess around and just be like, bam, 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 bam. And like that way we don't have to sit through this stuff where, because it just says right there, port 3000 is what it's listening on. I should have known better. Bad, Chad. Let's do this. All right. So what I like to do is that's an SVG. And so I like to track it down and say, okay, where are they serving this SVG? Often it would be in public, nope, it would be in SRC. And you know what I don't notice is a components directory like this. So that's maybe what Ivan meant by it's not as opinionated, because I don't see, I see like imports, require statements. Let's see what home.js looks like. There we go, import from home. So it's just all kind of like in the source directory. So it gives you the option to be like, am I going to use a components folder, I guess, or not? And then if I wanted to, let's say, what's in client? Module hot accept. I'm going to have to guess that that's the hot reloader stuff. The listener, I don't know. Like that's Ivan. He'll be on the next time we do this. So now we got home and we got these links. So here we got docs, issues, community, Slack. So I think I'm just going to just get rid of this. And I'll put my GitHub in here to this repo. So where is that? It's over there. Checking out Razzle Dazzle. Really need to make sure to get more sleep. Last night I was up a little too late and I could tell it's affecting my awesomeness. Let's do this. Boom, we changed the link. Now let's see when I save, okay, I did something. And then let's go look at the welcome to Razzle. We lost the link, that's good. So issues, but then this one goes to GitHub. So instead of issues, it would be like, I'll just say GitHub repo. And then that does a hot reload and it automatically reloaded the page. So that's fancy. It saves us a bunch of time. And then the community Slack, I'm just going to put like my personal site, little plug there, chadcombs.com. And this is kind of what I generally do with all these little demos. This one's definitely running long. So that's that. And then to get started stuff, we'll just say, take you over to the Facebook group, which is facebook.com/group/learn-react.js. Come on, computer. Come on, computer user. And we'll just say that here to join our group, right? What was this? Code or, that's neat. YAML code, let's just do this. And say, join our Facebook group here. And now I'm wasting time because we've all seen that this stuff works at the hot reload. But then, of course, that logo right there, welcome to Razzle. We're going to find where there's a logo. It's getting brought in right there. And it's imported from react.svg, which is sitting in this directory. Where is it? Right there. So I'm going to make a new folder. I'm going to call it img. Now, from what I recall with other things, you need to run things out of public, maybe when we do a production build. And again, I'm new, so I'm just kind of operating fuzzy here, and maybe it gets deployed. Let's find out. So let's see if we can even just move this thing here. Sure, you want to move it? Yes. Okay, it got moved. And then wherever that thing was used, let's just change that and save that. And then let's see if we're still okay. We broke it. No such file or directory. So did I do that wrong? img versus img. And then public did not have it. So we'll kill the server and terminate it, and then we'll restart it and see if it now knows about it, which that doesn't make sense, but let's find out. All right, we're back, and it's back. So somehow, some way, at least in dev mode, it's serving source, or maybe that SVG got buried. I don't know. Now I'm just talking out loud, showing that I don't know what's going on here, but I'm going to power through it. Now, if we stop this and we wanted to do yarn build, it's going to do a build, I think, for production. Now, I'm almost wondering what's going to come up under the build directory here, if any of our assets will go over. Yeah, there's static, there's JS, CSS, and media, and there's that React SVG. So how do we run? I guess if I could read the documentation, but that'd be boring, right? So, but let's try it. So something about yarn run build was down here. Build commands, yarn run build. These commands build the app for production. The build is minified and the file names, including the hashes. Once these commands, the app is ready to be deployed. Aha, production commands. Yarn start prod. Let's try that. Oh, it's so easy. It's razzle dazzle. It's so easy. Let's try. And it's so easy. Ah, we got an error. Not a recognized command. Probably, I'm just going to do npx http-server./build is where I think it would want to run. Now I'm really making stuff up. What's in that build directory? Would it need to run in public? It serves static. I don't know what I'm doing now, that's for sure. Let's just try stuff. So we'll just run the server right here and see if we can get some /pad stuff going. I really am venturing where I shouldn't be venturing, but this will, I believe this will add to the modules folder a server, and then I can go to it, breaking all the rules, Page isn't working, expected, but then we can go to build and see, nope, didn't like that. So I guess I need 404. Obviously I don't know how to deploy a production app. Let's take a look. Static media, blah. Public static JS media, blah. I just really wonder when we deploy this for a build, where the start file is. So I'll ask the guys, you know, hey man, when we go to deploy this, do I really have to read the directions? And then they'll say yes. Razzle basics. Production command didn't work for me. This command runs the compiled app in production. You can view your running app at localhost 3000. You failed. I don't want to run npm. Let's try it again. I'll kill the server. I'll follow the directions. Whoa, what's this? Something's running though. That's good. All right, so let's kill that. And let's run that. No DMV is not recognized as an internal command. All right, I think I know what that is. We're gonna go to Explorer, our actual CMD, and then we're gonna go to CD get, where is it? And we're gonna go to CD checking out the Razzle React, and then we're gonna run that there and see. Error. Production node, build server, no DMV is not recognizing it. I'm gonna Google that, because I know that's something basic, dude. Let's just go all over the road here. I'm pretty sure we got 0 viewers right now, so thumbs up. Not recognized. Okay, my people. I'm trying to set up an environment for Node.js, but I'm getting this every time. Sounds like your error comes from an attempt to run something like this, which works on this node. This, the equivalent would be this. What? Let's take a look. Oh man, come on. What? Oh, there's probably a command inside the package. Equivalent of when set node env equals development node foo. All right, I wrote a module, when node env, it creates a node env CMD that sets the node env environment variable and spawns a child process with the rest of the commands in the args. Just install it globally and run your npm scripts. It should automatically make them work. I guess I should just trust anybody that writes stuff on the web, right? So let's do that. I never do that. I'm doing it right now. So paste this. Is it done? Okay, good. All right. So now, why do I feel like that's still not going to work? Because I'm just being pessimistic. Let's run it. Yeah, not recognized. Let's restart the command. Window cd get cd checking. Whoops. cd checking out. And you better work. It didn't work. No, that guy's module's junk. And again, I'm not reading. So might skip out of the production release of this. This might be Windows specific for the moment. And we might be wasting some time on this. It works, and I didn't have to change any commands. You're a lucky guy. Let's check our package JSON and see if it hates me. Dependencies. Okay, all right. Node env equals production. Node build, right there. Right there. Let's just run that. Let's run that. Ew. The term node env is not recognized. Oh, clearly I don't have my environment variable set up, right? So let's just go ahead and learn Node.js setting node env production. This is why I love this stuff, because if you have the errors, clearly other people have the errors and you work through it. Example, one-time flags, dependencies, npm. So, all right. Let's see if that helps us. Maybe I should have done that like -G or the global switch. Give me 10 years and I'll be really, 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 really pro at this. So yeah, this is the live feed. Trying to go production, build, launch on RAZZLE. Then we were just taking a look at how we can move the files around a little bit. I made an image directory in the source, but when it compiled out, it didn't seem to care about my directory structure and it just kind of went flat. That's interesting. And then it probably merged a bunch of things. So I'm just gonna rest while it does a whole lot of stuff, it looks like. I'll be back. Let's let that run for a minute. Wow, it's still going, huh? What do you guys think of my fancy background? Kind of cuts my face off and my hat. I guess this is just impossible for the algorithm. It's pretty good for 2019. It's going to be amazing in 2021, boy. Let me tell you. So we'll just wait. Is this for real? Just install the production flags? Oh, well. I should have used yarn. Not removing. I wish there was like a dash silent flag. Maybe there is, because this stuff gives me anxiety. Let's take a look at it in big anxiety mode. Like, don't be worried. We won't show you everything. Why do I feel like I've been on mute the whole time? I'm not. Maybe I should have been. I could start sharing my audio and let's play some music. What do you guys say? All one of our viewers. If you're watching this, you win a free thank you from me to you, because this has been a lot of fun. Come on. Come on, Winamp. Where are you? OG Winamp, the original. The original memory crasher did not start. Winamp safe mode, that should do it. Somewhere, dude, I know it is. Why do I feel like somebody else is sharing somewhere else and having a lot more fun? I'm enjoying the fact that it did build. It was strange that I just didn't pay attention and I went to the wrong location. There we go, Winamp. Let's play some mood music. I'm playing a little something by Always by Solar Fields. There we go. Let's make sure I'm sharing my audio. Sharing that audio, sharing computer sound. And like, is this thing done? It's done. Okay. So it supposedly did something. I might need to start a new terminal, so I just will. And then I'm gonna see about remembering. Come on. Oh. So that, guys, I'm gonna try one more time and then I'm gonna like quit the industry. npm install -G. The equivalent in Windows would be set node-env development install cross env. Modify this code as npm install cross env module. Use when set node-env production and nodemon. It's like I have to read stuff. Turn the music down. We're getting serious again. I hear my dog hacking in there. Honey, are you chewing something? Come here. Annie, come here. Annie, come here. Don't make me do kissy face. What are you chewing on in there? I heard you choking. Can you go lay down over here? Thank you, baby. Want to see one of my girls? Come here, baby. Did we rescue you from K38? You're a heavy girl. Come here. Come on up here. Okay. Ow. Careful, baby. Get my headphones. You really love getting my headphones. Okay, you sit with me on this one. Make our viewers go way up. Oh, look at that. It's going to help our viewership and forget the fact that we couldn't get the production environment to run. All right, simply run npm set script dash. All right, if that's what they got to say, we're just going to thrash and do everything. Simply run npm config set script install. I'm not even going to read it. I'm just going to just do this because this dev environment just needs that kind of help. Stop, honey. npm config set error. Okay, did something. That feels good. All right, new terminal. Can't you just do that here? Defaults properties. No, apparently not. Go ahead, honey. I think on my other box, I did have like an actual node terminal. So let's see, cmd, command prompt, cd dot dot, cd dot dot, cd github, cd check. All right. See if you can remember, you can't. Razzle dazzle. Why do I keep wanting to use run? All right, we're using npm. Let's do it. It's probably gonna work beautifully. Oh, it did it. Start. Wow, that's fancy. Okay, now let's go to post 3000 and we're back. Hold the applause. Again, anybody who stayed on this long, I don't know what I can give you for Christmas, a thank you card. Good for you. You made it. So here's the production version. We're now gonna kill this. I should have killed it, and then now it's dead. And then so we'll go back to running the dev environment and we'll make some mods. So we realize now that we can, I believe we can, in our SR directory, make stuff the way we want. But when we compile out for production, it does what it wants, because I don't see my img directory. And that react.svg is still kind of like a strange name. Let's see what's going on. There's the bundlers and all kinds of fancy stuff.
What about the forest?
Oh wait, yeah, cool. What's up next? Okay, we got home, and I want to bring my SVG in, and I've been using dangerously set inner HTML or whatever that tag is called. Probably not the best thing, but my SVG has curly braces inside of it. So one of these times I'm going to learn around it. So we go to chadcollins.com, and I just love the GPU stuff that I found on the web that I'm using on this thing. And then we're going to go to my SVG, but without forgetting to turn the music up.
What about the forests?
to mute myself. Let's do that. Okay, no more mute. Okay, so we've got nothing running local. That's my other stuff. Double check localhost 3000. It's dead. And now we're going to run the command for I think I was doing yarn start. I don't know why I'm so nervous about doing yarn start. Yarn dead. Yarn dead? Okay, Razzle start. I can't say the name enough. Razzle Razzle. It's doing a build. That's cool. Started that server. It confused the heck out of me. It says the project's running at 3000. So I'm moving back there. There's my logo. Fancy. Fancy. Love to chop it off. So, I always wonder how they're spinning that thing. Looking at the Next.js app, they had a really cool way that you could use like meta, like here's an example of using meta assignments, like in CSS. I gotta say that so far, I really like what Next has going on as far as documentation. I haven't given Razzle enough attention on looking where the docs are, but maybe we'll look at them. Like, let's be like, let's get rid of that black strip across the top, and like, that's probably on the navigation. There's server. Let's see. There's home CSS, which is going to be setting the background color of home header. So maybe we want that to just be black. Just do that there. And then the body, it's probably going to be like white or something somewhere. There's rotate. We don't want that. Can I just do that? No. But can I do this? Turn off that rotation. There's a cleaner way to do it, clearly. But yeah. Logo spin. It's like, don't spin. And then we go look at it. And no hot reload. Probably needs another build for that kind of stuff. Am I editing it in the right place? It's in SRC. So let's kill the server. Let's restart it. Am I muted? No. And come on. Uh-oh. Either this is something going on with Chrome, or I don't know what I'm doing, or both. Let's go to Firefox. When you can't release cache, then that's what you do. No. Does that look like black to you? Let's see. Let's inspect that. See if we at least got a change. Yeah, I guess that does look like black. So we're probably good on that, but the spin didn't stop, so I'm just not trusting it. Maybe here's another one. Clearly, I'm just gonna hack this thing down to nothingness. I really want you to stop spinning my logo. It stopped. Okay, cool. So somehow, even if you don't call from, if you turn off from, the 2 is enough. So, or just knew it already. I have no idea. So no more add keyframes on the home logo spin from 2. That's a really cool CSS. I like that. All right, back on that. Now, where are we setting the, oh, there, right there. Let's call this. All right, looks good. Hey, why did I not get a reload? Home header, oh, must not have been, it's for like text, my bad guys. It's gonna make me look. Maybe it's just not set and by default it's white. figure out what this thing is down here. That's the background of the page. So maybe we can just do, like, this is home CSS, but we'd really want like a global CSS. Is there one? There's app CSS. Let's see what's in there. Body. Okay, that's what we were looking for. Background color. Colon. Let's just do 3 zeros. Oh, I misspelled it. I love VS Studio. Thank you for saving me time. Save that. Looking good. Welcome to Razzle. We're gonna chuck that. The CSS on the those. I messed with it. So if I was gonna make a footer, I would probably just do something like. So where are they doing the imports? It's all going into. Home has some stuff that it renders. Index does a bunch of stuff, like so, like that. And then here, where's header? Import logo, import home CSS, and then you've got this class name home on the div, and that's, oh look, my dogs are barking. And there's that. So I guess I could just be like, I guess I could just do div, and then class name, notice the nomenclature, and we'll call it footer. And that will be like, we'll take these links right here, which are home intro.
You understand what I'm trying to tell
We'll
you?
take this UL and we'll move it into the footer. And then, oh goodness, I'll try to be clean here. Keep a mess for as little as possible. All right, so we didn't break. So it probably doesn't know. Did you want a JSS fragment? Yeah, I think so. This class name equals footer means that if we had one called home, which I don't think is it's talking about home CSS, then we're gonna want to do. It's cool that it's so mad. I mean, we knew we had to do this.
Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Well, let's go like that. Footer. And then, I bet you know what's next. We can just copy and paste this bad boy to save time. Now we got home copy. Hey, come on, rename. Make me right click. Footer. And then we just need to call something, I think I called it footer. And then we go like this. And then let's see if I got my memory working halfway there. Oh. What did I say? Must be wrapped in an enclosing tag. Did you want, okay. Went a little too fast there. And CSS. I know that if there's people in chat, they'd be like, dude, you're messing up. Oh, it's mad at something. What the heck? Where'd it go? What is this? Where's my UL? It's right there, to there, to there. No quick fixes. JSX expressions must have one parent element. Well, don't you though? Does that mean I wrap it in a div? Let's take it out of here. Div class name home. Running in the home.js. All right. I think we need a parent element. So I'm gonna guess that you can do something like that goes to that. That's mad at me now. But you could probably do something like this and put this there. It's ugly. All right. Music stopped. Do we have a footer? No. Yes. Why do I have to refresh? I broke the hot reload. Let's try to break something again. Save. Oh, my hot reload. Oh, it's Firefox. Okay, so maybe Chrome is. Man, I broke hot reload, guys. That's really sad. Sad, broken, hot reload. Maybe the errors caused that. So let's that's what that HMR is. Let's kill this. Restart it. Goodness gracious. Oh, has to do the full rebuild, huh? Okay. Can I get localhost 3000? Okay, never visited. 3000. There is. Join. Oh, the text is missing. Duh, it was hot reloading. Gosh. I'm gonna watch this video one day and be like, get it together, Chad. All right, let's prove that we're still hot reloading. Third exclamation point. Yeah. I love it when a plan comes together. For you folks who are older, that was an A-team reference from, you know, the letter A, the word team. Never mind. You gotta be from way back in the days to know that one. All right, so we've got some issues with the color in the body being black or not being easy to see. So either we have to set something where it's fonts, intro. So I think that's intro. Let's go to home.js. This stuff is super easy to work with. Man, I love React. This is great. So home intro class is over here in home intro. And we'll just say, color. Don't forget, it's got to be white. Can we save it and see if we get a hot reload? We did. All right. So let's get the footer to drop the navigation. I mean the footer tag, hopefully all the way to the bottom. I really want to know how I can do that because home CSS, home.js. Gosh, my puppy. I've got a bunch of dog rescues here, so like this div, it's not going to be 100% of the screen. Like it's probably just stuck. Let's take a look. Let's find it. There it is. It's there. So how do we make it do? Like it's got everything in there. It's got this, that. Well, there's that. Okay, that is what's happening. But footer is sitting out. Ugh. We got that. We got that. Which has the body stuff in it. I kind of don't like that. There should be a navigation. There's the footer. We want the footer to drop, but it's kind of stuck inside this div. So I'm guessing that I don't know what I'm doing, which we'll just keep going back to that and bring this. And then this thing's gonna get mad because we don't have it with a parent. You could probably do like a fragment tag. But I'm just gonna keep making stuff. Class name footer. Oh gosh, I don't wanna do this. I know this is a total hack, so do that. It's still mad. This is like the rookie stuff showing. So we have that. So we do have a div that's sitting and it's just naturally collapsing. Is there a way for React to automatically make it the full height? So we either look at CSS to do that, and then we give the artist div a class name. Let's see if I can get away with. Class name might be reserved. It's not. So, I mean, it is reserved, but not just to components. So the class name equals, let's be awesome here. full height. Trying to follow their. Why do they name their classes like that? Full height. Okay, it's not mad, is it? Don't get mad. I'm just trying to mess around. Cool. Now in home CSS, we need a class called full height. There's dot home. I wonder what dot home was used for. Just like, what was that being applied? Was it here? Oh yeah, did class home. That's not for us. This stuff needs to be redone. But yeah, there's something called root. And maybe we could just style root like in another file, like globally. Maybe we could do that in Next.js. And we're like, no matter what, div ID root is going to be 100%. But for right now, we'll figure out how to make a div 100% height. And nowadays, it's probably easier than the old days. Set the height 100% parents to how to do it. HTML body, height. Oh, container, height. Okay. So I saw somewhere we had some global CSS. I thought it was app.js or app CSS. And then here they have that. So they said the body was that 100%, and then the container, and ours is called home. What the heck was it called? Why is I have no memory right now? Home header? No. Full height. I really hate the naming that I'm coming up with here because I'm just making stuff up without thinking. We're gonna go full height. All right, so let's see if that is the quick fix. I don't like the background color being that. We've already set that up there, so we'll just take that out. Let's see if we got some love here. Let's see, come on. Yeah, no. Come on. Why can't you just work? See, you can't trust the web. Related FAQs, huh? HTML body, dot container. Other CSS. Home.js. Full height. I mean, let's see if we can get maybe like background dash color red just for testing. Save that, and that should do that. Okay, so clearly that's set to black. That's that, and our CSS is not doing its job. Probably because div ID root. So it's got an ID of root. So why don't we just get real sloppy and just go like this, do that, and I just feel like that finally works. So now we want to get the footer, and we could probably reduce the amount of nonsense I have going on from we don't have to use this. I mean, we still have to use that, but we don't have to like set the class name that we're not using. Now we're just working with root. Yay. All right, let's go back to using black. And then also in home CSS, we don't really need set the background color of header, but just for historics, we'll just keep this around so we can kind of see what changes were done. And if I was a good developer, I would have already, which I am, I would have already done a commit by now. So let's do that. So GitHub. Where's my GitHub? Okay, checking out Out RAZZLE. Updating UI, CSS, and adding a footer. Adding a footer to layout, also making it 100% height as a main container div, and changing the logo to Chad. Well, that's kind of a lot too much stuff done. Commit it. We're gonna push it. It's on its way. Okay, let's see if I'm muted. I love it when I was talking on mute. Nope. All right. We're getting close to a milestone and a finishing point, but I would like to turn it all black now. Back over to, why is that white? That's the white text. Home intro, some white text. App.css. Change this back to, we can just take that off because we've set the background color to, you know what, black. Let's save that. We're looking good. So I think the goal would be to get my full logo to go full screen and maybe, just maybe, float the footer above the SVG, but that's getting a little too fancy. We could probably set my logo as the background for the good old page. Let's just do that. It's gonna look horrid, but go to Home.js. Welcome to Razzle. It's time for that to go. See you later. And then this is where the logo is getting included. But if we want that to show up as the background of the page, I wonder if we could just CSS reference that, still in code, class name home logo, but it does that. So it would be something, but you have to do the import. So it would be something like what they did over there on home, where they import this thing. So let's bring it over there. And let's plop it right there. And it's not used, but it will be. Always throw an error. In Home.js, we'll copy this guy. And then back over to app.js. Don't use it here. So, but I imported it here. Like I wanted, oh, this is probably where we do like a JSX CSS dealy bob right here. And I don't know if I'm in the mood yet to read documentation anymore. I like to kind of just take all this in. So what would happen if we did something ludicrous like go to app CSS, do background dash image URL, and then we just did the same path. Now I know this is breaking all the rules because you want to do it the React way, and I want to do it the React way. I really do. Like this might not. Sorry about my dog. This might not compile out properly to production without some dancing. So we're just experimenting at this point, and why not? So let's put that there. And put that there. Save. Let's look for a nice old error. Oh, it worked. But that's hard coded. It's not processed. I think I really need. And look, it's tiling. Let's figure out how to turn that tile off. But it is an SVG. I forget. It's like background dash repeat none. Something like that. I think you do. How do you do it? I forget. Background repeat. Is it no repeat? Man, in the old days, you have to Google it. Uh-oh. None of these semicolons, Chad. You do, or do you? Take this. there. Let's see if React breaks. React the break. I broke it. Don't make me look it up. All right. Background dash image. No repeat. And I'm going to be embarrassed because it's going to be so easy. Oh, they like to do two. Can't you do them in the same line? Good gosh darn it. I know you can. I'm just not thinking clear right now. I'll have to type. Background, repeat, colon, no dash repeat, save. Probably do like colon that and then, I don't know. I'll look it up again. It's been a while. Ooh. Yeah. And then do we get a repeat? No. Kind of want it to scale. It's going to naturally scale as an SVG. So why don't we, should we scale it to 100%? Let's do it. We've already invested so many watchers into this. When this is all done, I'm gonna look and be like 0 likes. I'm gonna be like, I understand, guys. I understand. So background, CSS, okay. Background dash image 100%. Stretching background, okay. Background image URL, background repeat, no repeat, background size, da 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 da. Does it work? When I do this, the width of my image stretches across the entire screen, but the height only stretches until the height of everything else on the page. So if I put in a bunch of BR, la 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 la, let's just try this, dude. Copy this. Because ours is like actually already the height we want. But he also, yeah, background size. Come on, Razzle. Come on, Razzle, scale. You know scale. Oh, it's stuck. Why? No repeat, no repeat. I feel like it's stuck. Let's see where it is for sure. It's on the body tag. Or is it on the div tag? Background image. No repeat, 100, 100. Man, take down this blog. Take it down. You need to set the height. Uh-oh, we got dogs barking. Yeah, whenever a motorcycle drives by, my dog's like, this is a chance to get buck wild, so that was what that was. Oh, here they go again. I'm proud to say that works, and I do like it. Razzle dazzle. Let's chuck this, let's chuck that. Let's get the footer drop into the bottom. Maybe turn them into buttons. I got some arrows on the page, that's no bueno. Please use require React router down instead of require. I'm gonna get right on that. Please use require. Okay, three angry bites about it. For this, I'd probably float an invisible graphic, like a PNG with no background, over this coordinate, so that that's a clickable link. I wonder if I've eaten up too much time through doing this. Let's do this. Why does it? I think my dogs like this. They were cheering me on. Okay, we're gonna ditch that. I'm gonna ditch it. Which is over here in home CS, home.js. We don't need to import this anymore. We don't need to do that anymore. And in fact, we can just ditch this thing called home header, which really should be called like we'll probably put a navigation module in there. But I'm not using it right now, so let's chuck it. And then let's also get rid of it out of our home CSS. No necessario. Pulling that up. And we're still live here. I'm not going to use this body text. Like I said, I just want like just kind of a logo site with a footer on there. If I do want to use this for anything cool, then I'll get back to it. But let's pull it out for now. JS. I really don't want to use an intro. CSS. Let's give it an intro. Broke it. Terminated JSX. Why would you get sloppy like that? All right, now we want to always have this footer be at the bottom. So CSS ultimate div always at the bottom. Footer position also. This is precisely what I'm doing. That was an app.js, app CSS. That's root. Root's 100%, and then we do have something called footer CSS. The text align center. Let me just do that. I want to like that. And then we pray that that works. And it did. So now we got our links down there, but I want to align them right. So let's just do that. Yup. And then there's my GitHub. We'll just call that repo. Let's say the repo for this is there. And then I did the SVG in Illustrator and did it at a certain proportion after matching the screen and testing, but you can also use Inkscape to generate the same SVG and make your own logo if you want to take my code and get magic with it. This right there is like that. I probably want to do target underscore, come on. Target underscore blank. And then Then we want to turn those into buttons, right? Because they look terrible. Or we can style the links. I guess we could just style the links to be a little smaller. But let's see what React has for buttons. React buttons. I think you have to like use like React strap or something else. Oh, button React components. It's material UI. Okay. Pretty. Nice. Nice. Oh, fancy. Yeah. Oh, I like that one. Cool. Looking good. Looking good. Oh, not that one. No. That means they probably have like some GitHub ones ready to roll. They got bootstraps, custom CS.
Look at the pattern. Can you see what's wrong?
So I think we could fix the bugs with the router DOM using require, or we could install material UI and put little buttons down there, maybe even favicons.
In between the rows. Only illogics can find hidden flaws in a straight logic line. Only erratics recognize
We're gonna fix the bugs.
of a perfect design. Only illogics can find hidden flaws in a straight logic line. Only erratics recognize errors and patterns of a perfect design. Now that you know that something's not right, look at it carefully in logic line. Don't be sorry, be sorry if you can't recognize the errors and faults in such a perfect disguise. Only illogics can find hidden flaws in a straight logic line. Only erratics recognize errors and patterns of a perfect design. Only illogics can find hidden flaws in a straight logic line. Only erratics recognize errors and patterns of a perfect
Still having fun here. So I took the easy way out. Instead of I just add the React router, that this will save everybody some time. I didn't do a lot of investigation. I just want the error to go away. Our bundle might get a little bit larger, so maybe this wasn't the wisest move. But this is a test, so we're just trying stuff out. I will be doing this build over and over again with the npm SSR React module. npm, I think it's React-SSR. I'll do the one with Next.js, and I'll do this one with good old RAZZLE. And then when I do the Vue.js go live, I'm gonna do the same steps. It's like take the boilerplate, start adding to it, see where it takes us. Like, and I really literally just Google stuff. And I know that material UI, the material design is a common used theming tool, and there's others. So, but just Googling and seeing what comes first, it looks pretty good. We'll try it out. You know, how else are we gonna learn? But I'm just kind of waiting for this to finish up. Okay, I put all the dependencies, and I have a feeling the error is still gonna be there. Nothing's ever that easy. But let's go ahead and do a yarn start and hope we didn't fry our package. Luckily, I did a GitHub backup, right? It looks like it's not happy. Come on, yarn start. It's gonna be happy. It's gonna be happy. Let's clear this. I still see the errors, I told you. But they're still there. Like, why do people make these comments on the web if they're wrong? Please use require React router.route instead of require. All right, I'll try that. So let's look for this. I probably shouldn't have installed that thing so willy-nilly, but when you're testing, it's not showing up. Ugh. Where in that? Use require React router. Like, I didn't even see React router in there. Was it in there? Let's take a look. There it is, package lock.json. It's also in package.json. It's also in app.js. So there's React router DOM. We're not going to need that anymore there. I really feel like the background's not going to export, and then we'll have to figure out here in app.js how to export CSS. And remember, I'm kind of new to React in some ways. I've worked with it a bunch, but some stuff I just kind of know of and have to like solve through it. So please, okay, require, please use React router DOM.route. There's React router DOM/route instead of, okay, I can do that, right? Let's just, my bad. Maybe I shouldn't have thrown the drama there. So do you want to do this? That looks really weird. Should I just like the import? Ugh. Or should I do this, guys? Help me. Let's see if we get away with that. It looks ugly either way. No errors. I'm waiting for big explosion. Yes. Route is not defined. I knew I didn't know what I was doing. Let's try this again. Come on. Still nothing. Are you gonna be happy now? React router. Okay, maybe they meant quoted. So they want us to do this instead of, okay, that's, the import is causing a require to that path. So we'll just, what's the .route? Good Lord. Import route from that. Maybe we can do that, and then maybe it's elsewhere it's getting mad. Somebody help me. Import React router. I'm sure if I Google this, I would realize that I need to Google this. Yeah, that's no bueno. The quote's right there. Like, is that the require statement? I'm really hacking now. So let the embarrassing moments begin. Oh God, it looks exploded. Module not found, can't resolve that. And, all right. Cool with that. Let's see if it wants to help find the thing. React router dot, what are they saying? React router dash DOM dot route. React router dash DOM slash. Isn't that what we already had? It looks mad. Peek at the problem, no quick fixes. Time to read again. React router DOM/route it don't like. And can we just put a dot there? That is not possible. We just tried that. But we're going to try everything before reading the documentation. Just keep it fun like that. Okay, so lo and behold, we came back and go back and see if we get happy again. Yep. I just don't know what I'm doing with the requires, the import statements from React versus the require. I'm going to Google it again. And this time we're going to find success. Bug. React Router DOM, pulling React Router 4. Can confirm this is a bug with both yarn and npm, but I got like npm 12. As a workaround, you imply React Router. You can simply add that, or explicitly in resolutions to your package JSON. Perhaps the latest version. Should pin there. Just like that. Using resolutions. What, did this work? And fixes issues. Got the but how I can. I tried using every latest, got undefined. Even after installing, oh no. At least, okay. Both my component packager, and yep. Ultimately forcing things to 4.31 with resolutions was the only way to get things working. Where does that go? Exactly. Let's just hack our package.json. There. We're packing log. Okay, I imagine it's probably its own little guy. Like that. And I don't see why this would just work. That'd be too simple. Let's restart the app though. Okay, yeah, we're offline. We're on start. Rebuild everything. This might be something to take on later, like ask my fellows about it and play with this. Okay, we're good, but we still got the error. So did I do resolutions wrong? Maybe it's supposed to be nested into something. Package.json resolutions. Selective dependency resolutions for yarn. It goes right where I stuck it. Right after dependencies. Do I need to delete my lock file and like recompile everything? I mean, dependencies. It would be like right after there. Now I'm really doing something bad. Ugh. Bad man. Sure to break some stuff. There's that. I'll start that. Back. We're still getting there. Route instead of require. Support for the latter will be moved to the next major release. I'm saying both yarn and npm are being a pain about this. I don't want to give up. It's not the breaking change. Just unpublished for, I'm going to republish. This might also be nothing. Upgrading to React Router 5 DOM version. What version do we have? React Router. Didn't we install React Router DOM? Yeah. Dude, we got 5. It's like one of those bugs that just doesn't go away. Well, it's time to log this bug and move on to making buttons. Oh, lordy. I know this is going to come to an end any second. Temporarily fixed by running MPI React Router DOM at .npm. No, I'm not doing that. That's probably what I was going to say, but I'm getting a variant. Huge time saver, React, Razzle Dazzle. Changed it from dependencies that to dependencies that, and then what do we got? This is what we got. Then do, oh, and delete, oh, then do that. Okay, I'm ready. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. He says do RF on the node module. So RFM. Oops. Hey. Yeah, this is Windows. We're gonna manually delete it. So we'll go to C. Just running on fun energy here. Let's go to C, GitHub. Checking out Razzle React. We stopped the server. We're going to kill that. The node modules is gone. Now he said npm, which I think I ended up going yarn and everything worked fine. But let's follow what he says. Come on. Would you be locked? Oh my, you know, that's the one problem with using GitHub desktop, is it loves to lock things. Let's try again. Maybe the error screen is locked on the page. Things like this to make you wonder. Okay, he's doing something. Oh, just cancel it. Something has seized hold of our node modules directory. And I hate having to close all browsers, but somewhere in here. I mean, if it wasn't just like a time taker, I would be like, oh, that's great. Skip it. Did you get it? GitHub. Oh no. Oh, I did it. I did it now. I deleted the wrong directory. This is awesome. Alright, time to do a restore in GitHub. Completely. Talk about removing the node modules. Ugh. All that great code. Let's go here, show Explorer. Oh, we're still there. Thank God. I didn't see it in my GitHub over there. Okay. Why are you locking again? Something's in use. It just means that I'm going to lose my metal buttons and close everything. Close this. Close that. Oh, don't tell me I gotta close VS Studio too. That's probably true at this point. Look, it's gonna stall. And this is why this is live TV. And nobody's gonna watch all of this. But this is the kind of stuff where maybe produce it and get the one sections and chop them in chunks and say, look, it was done. Oh, it's getting to 70. Oh no, it's gonna freeze. Is it gonna do it? Oh, okay, with 1 more %. Come on. Come on, delete the node modules. All right, I'll close my VS Studio, fine. He's just not happy until I'm closing VS Studio. How are you? Let's close GitHub. We'll just close everything except for one browser. It's not even running. Really? Still having fun. Still having fun. Just put this here. I mean, all in all, you know, if I had to rebuild this from scratch again and start everything over, it'd be go really quick, I think. And we're just dealing with like little hiccups. So let's cancel that. Try to figure out what is holding our app up. Get rid of that. Essentially close everything. It's probably running over here somewhere. And that's what made it mad. And there's Razzle. Took out all the node modules. That was from earlier. Should just close everything. Yep, so many messy window things. Okay, man, can we delete the node modules directory? Yeah. Come on, go. Delete. What could be attached to it? I think it's time for some tea. Let's see if this thing just times out again. I have nothing. Maybe it doesn't like that I have two web apps open. That's a joke. Okay. Stop, close, kill. Thanks a lot for nothing. It's gone. Like it's not in there. All right, so that's how you delete a node modules directory in Windows. We're going to make a whole different tutorial on that so that we can relaunch GitHub Desktop, go back in here, go back to checking out Razzle, Razzle, Dazzle, reopen it in Visual Studio Code just to have our stuff. Then he said delete the package lock file. We did. We're going to do that now. Wait, yes, say goodbye. I don't know. He didn't say nothing about the resolutions. I lost the browser window. Oy. What did he say? He said kill that. And then he said, oh man. What error were we getting, guys? Let's restart the app. Yarn, he said npm install. I hate it when you start going backwards. And that's what this feels like this is about to become. Because I wanted to use yarn, but I followed the guy's point. I was like, okay, I'll use Node or the Node's package manager, and I'm gonna get some coffee because I'm getting complainy. But isn't this the fact, the things you want to work on, like the UI, the actual UI, the UI library and framework, has so many dependencies and fun little nuances that us new guys to it get flustered and make more tea. So let's make some more tea. How that builds. Really should have taken that out of. Yeah, I hate seeing those warnings. It's warnings about the same stuff too, probably. React Router, dumb. No, fancy colors, string the prototype. Okay. Okay, it's cooking. All right. 64 loads. See, we had this before and we just went to yarn. Guys, I'm going to skip the audit fix and I'm just going to npm start this thing and see if it like actually starts the server, which I'm sure it will. And then, because like when we did the audit fix, it didn't fix any of them. So we're running now. Webpack output is served from undefined. That's probably a sign that something ain't bueno. I think we're still going to have the error. So we'll probably move on to getting the material design in, maybe putting a couple buttons in, and then I can look at this stuff at a later time because it's time for a break. What was it? 3001? Are you there this time? Oh, no HTTPS. Excuse me. I hate that white flash too. Wow. That looks a lot different. Okay, this stuff's over in the corner. Please be away. Oh, we still got the error. I forget what the guy said. I think he installed something else and they were all wrong, all of them. And that was back in version 6 of this and 8 of that. And here we are. And Razzle's supposed to be great. And I'm sure I'll talk to Ivan and he'll be like, oh, you just need to put a config in Webpack or something. And I'll be over it. But let's just pretend those aren't there. How's that sound? Download the React Dev Tools. Let's do that. Download React Dev Tools. React Dev Tools for Chrome. Add to Chrome. Yes, we did. Okay, it's in. Then I think we don't have it. Where is it again? Sources. I forget. Do we need to read directions about everything? Sources, components. There we go. Where's that router DOM? Cool. That's so nice how that does that. Do we have any others? I know someone out there knows this perfectly. They're like, dude, all you have to do is, and then I'd be like, yep. All right. We got repo, we got chadcollins.com, and then we want to float a button over there. I think we'll skip that. And then for now, and then we'll just make the material design button, which I had that on my desktop. It's going to eat at me too that I have this error in the browser. It's really going to bug me. Look at these text buttons. That's nice. Text buttons are typically used for less pronounced actions. I can dig it. So how do we get this now? Text button, text label, retry. It seems to always go in a card or something. Yep. Okay. I really like that last one. These ones. It's like a little mini nav. Are typically used. Okay, show the source. Show the source. Whoa. Export div functions, text buttons, const classes equals use styles. Here's the return. It goes down. It's wrapped all in. Yep. Const use styles. Let me get my coffee. I mean, key. Music stopped. Let's bring it back. Dogs barking. Keeping it going out there for us. Point amp. Same music. There we go. That's back when things were working with the music like that. So we basically import from React. We got that. Make styles from Material UI core. Import a button from there. Then we can set up the styles. We set up the exports. Export that. So that's when the footer gets included. So this would all go in footer.js. get crazy with it. Double check the Razzle. Razzle, React, Install, Material, Design. Here's an example with it. Yahoo. Download the example or clone the whole project. Install start. What? I don't know if we need to do all that. Copy to clipboard. I just want to go there. Nope. No. I just want to make sure Razzle doesn't have a special hindrance like this cool thing it has with router, main.js. Awesome. Razzle React sources and alternative okay. React, Razzle, material design, material UI. Yarn dev, blah, blah. Okay, here's an example. Source, app.js, looks familiar. Index.js. It's the server stuff. Not appear to be using the I thought we just looked at this. Express. Where's the material design stuff? Is this it? Yeah, here it is. And they put that in the app.js. Typography. I guess they globally bring that in. And the footer is going to be global. But in our case, we're calling the footer what we stuck in that local file. But app would be where we'd always see the footer. So it's not too bad. Okay. Not too bad. We had so much luck with getting that router DOM stop, so. Alright, let's take a look at our app.js again and see how our life's gonna be looking. Import React, router, switch, import React, make styles button. Can we just do something really sloppy like that? How's that switch route path component home? We need all that. Export default map. Buttons. I feel like I should make a component for the navigation for the footer.
Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? There are no answers. Only choices. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? There are no answers.
I've been muted the whole dang time. That's awesome. I was just talking and going through with what we were doing. What we just did was, in case I was muted the whole time, was we just cleaned up the app.js, and then we had this thing called home.js, which is a component, and it was sort of doing everything, and it had footer stuff in there. And then we made a footer component, and then I tried to get the footer component to load at app.js, and then I was like, no, I'll put it in home, but I'm going to rename home to be main. So basically we have app.js where you can do like routing stuff, maybe some global instantiation for styles, maybe the material design stuff should go in there. And then inside of like main, I added the footer component. And then like main can actually like, we'll end up making body components like contact us, about us, et cetera, that gets stuffed inside of main's body area. But for now, let's just see about getting our footer navigation looking good. So here it's got some styles. My dog loves barking. That's why I was on mute. I was talking for so long. That's good. So it says Webpack is missing a module. I can only imagine it's the material design stuff. So what you hear in the background is on our big property here, we've rescued 24 dogs. And one barks here, one barks there. But on the back of the property, we're building big. We have a bunch of yards, but we're building yards further away from the office. We have some developers coming over from all over the world, coming here to work. So we don't want all the barking going on right by the building. So they're moving. So you might hear some banging, hear some dogs barking, me waving my hands. But I wear my headphones and these things are fine. So that's why I'm gonna mute. So let's see if this install happened.
Everything will be erased. I'll be your religion. Only slowly crawling in the dark, swallowed by the seductive night. My torch has burned out.
Again, this must be a rookie thing where like I installed it and it didn't take. So I might have to delete the package file and node modules and rerun npm install. Okay, and the dogs have been real quiet, so as soon as I unmute, I'm sure they're going to start barking. So I don't know, I deleted node modules, deleted the package log file again. It did say that our beta of Material UI it's time to upgrade, so I'll probably just try to redo the install of that again. I did add ESLint, I didn't run the Babel settings, so I can run node list and see what it's mad about, but it didn't even report missing Material UI. So again, for a UI library, come on. Okay, package lock is back. Just reading this. All right. Unbelievable. All right. I have low confidence it's just gonna work. I sure don't know if I need to delete the modules and the package again. The lock is gonna bail. Oh, it didn't. Thank you. The power of Google your errors. That should be on every test where they're like, what do you know? I'll be like, I know that when I get an error, I Google it. I get another error, I Google it. So like theoretically, we pasted a bunch of stuff in the footer. Let's see. I saw some footer stuff just sitting up here. That's awesome. So that means that we just need to now style it like we had before, which was this. And then we now need to look at footer and be like, we only wanted my GitHub, and then we wanted Chad Collins, like we'll say website, and then we don't want disabled, and we don't want that. That was easy. So, you know, just install stuff. Sorry I got complainy there. You know, just wanted things to work. Oh, that looks cool. I'm down, I can dig it, I'm hip. And then somewhere around, since they're just buttons, we're gonna have to figure out how to, first of all, there's styles up here. They have this input displayed none. How do we get them to move? There's button, margin, theme, spacing. And then we had footer, which was like the wrapper. And I wonder if we could just apply that to, here's the div, and it was like class name equals, and then what do I call dot footer? Is that what I called it? Just footer, huh? I think it was just called footer. And there they are down there. Very cool. They got the little highlights. We don't want upload, we just want GitHub and website upload. And we'll just leave it at that. No favicons, no background, just pure graviness. So we had a third button. That one's the default. Set the default. So is default even showing up? There it is. In black. So we don't want that. Why? So we do want website. We do want upload. Oh, that one's set to secondary. Man, it looks better on TV. Let's see. Yeah, broke it. Button class dot button, GitHub. We must have got mad because where? What am I missing? Button upload. Oh, we'll get rid of this one. And we'll get rid of this input. And then let's get rid of default. Not that tough to implement material design so far. There we go. We got little highlights. The padding's a little strange. I'm sure I could cheat and just be like, the footer is gonna have like padding in. I'm feeling pretty cheaty right now. So we'll say padding, which pushes in, I believe. Say padding dash right 5px. Did that do it? Is it gonna move? Yes or no? Negative? I could like push it from the inside, but apparently it does not want to cooperate. back over in footer.js, there is style for the buttons. For any button, classes.button, classes.button, color secondary, margin, theme.spacing 1. So I wonder if there's something called padding. See if you can do like padding dash right. It doesn't seem to like it. It's probably more like that. Let's use a big number. Yeah, that works. And this stuff's good. It's kind of intuitive. I like it. Thumbs up to React RAZZLE, even though we have some minor issue that I'll solve. Oh no. Padding the button, but not the thing around it. I guess it's an input, so let's try moving this bad boy to here. See if that solves it. Did not. Dang it. We were so close. So it was margin, and then padding push the inside. I guess we'll just do margin right. See if that saves our day. Margin right. And we'll say 5. But that unfortunately that'll do it to both the buttons. I'm just trying to push it off a little bit. It worked. And that's kind of over there. I really want that style to be applied directly down here. So it's color primary. I wonder if button tags have like individual styles. Style equals padding right. Like that's ugly. I probably need to make a custom whatever. I gotta read. Like there's input, and so it affects input with the style. Or like if we had something like with an ID. Or its own class name. I imagine we could probably just, this is super hacky, but maybe we could do ID equals last button. See if it gets mad. And take that padding off. And then they've got this thing like that, button colon. Then they can, like, they got class name equals classes.button. Then there's a color setting right there. For secondary. Class name, and this is .button. There's button. Class name, classes.button. Can you comma separate these things? Classes. Oh, that brings it in, and it's class name. There's button styling right there. I wonder how you can style the last one. I'm not thinking right. Can I just cheat? Style. Padding, dash, right, NPX. Nothing. That's like supposed to be inner. I already tried that. Let's say try margin dash right. That should work. Work on breaking it. Margin right broke. Clearly we're giving away the sauce here that I have no idea what I'm doing. But rather than give up, how do I know that guy over? Totally. So really, they're sitting inside of this thing called footer, and it's stylable. Like, can't they just inspect it and then be like, probably do this with the React tester, but it's multi-button label. Ah. Okay, so they're in labels. There's the button class. Okay. There's another one. So that's kind of like global. And there's footer. And then footer, its width is 100, but it's aligned right. The position fixed. And then we say margin 100. So that will push it all the way around and really make it upset. Let's try margin. This is not the way to be debugging React. Padding rate. Ugh. It's not working, friends. This guy has some stuff to do it. Okay, and then that's the button. And how do I assign something to a button by ID? I guess we could give it an ID. Let's see if we can give it an ID. We did. So button ID, there it is, ID last button. Duh, okay. So then over here in our footer CSS, we could say, and again, I don't think this is right. Just let you know. So last button, we'll say margin. That's right. I think I did this and it failed. We want to get after the label. 25 pigs just to see. We're gonna move there. Nothing. Cool. So we can't. Oh, it's on one of these. It worked. Okay. Well, that's a heck of a hack. And we do want to raise it up a little bit. So, let's see, from the bottom, I probably want to go to 10. Negative 10? Oh, we're breaking the heck out of this. So, position fixed at 0. But it's back. So globally, I want to affect the buttons to have. So it's kind of weird. We got the stuff mixed. Like we got a CSS file, and then we got a footer where we're doing CSS right here. View styles, make styles, theme, button, margin, theme, spacing. Great. So I could almost be like, and then do margin bottom, and do like 5. Yeah, it's a little higher than I wanted. Let's see what 1 gives us. Cool. It's a little bit off. I'll go over here to footer CSS and margin right. Super ugly at 25. Like the measurements on this are no bueno. I've really got to read the docs. But at least they got it off the edge. Yep. Let's see to raise it back up again. Footer.js. Okay, a little more. Let's go here to 3. Okay, for sure there's a cleaner way to read about material UI design. Make sure you're implementing the theme, not just making like override CSS files that, whatever. But from a layout perspective, I've really kind of got the button doing what I wanted. It's off the margin and it's off the footer. So I would consider this a prototype iteration. Not only do we have these bugs to fix right here that are build specific, but also the way that the CSS was implemented. Just need to read a little bit on material design. And since we've come this far, another little hack would be, since my SVG has my logo for the top and people will expect that that's a clickable link, we did get sort of like this full screen action here. We're probably gonna, first of all, update these URLs. They don't go anywhere. So let's get that, and then we'll commit that. Okay, add src link href to material design button. Probably gotta put like a click event, how to link a button. No, this is React. Let's please make this easy. Yeah, probably yet another cleaner way to implement this, but I'm just going for the gold here. So we're going to put the GitHub repo back, which was somewhere. I forget where that is. Let's go find it. Ugh, there it is. Checking out the Razzle. Put that here. Like you probably wouldn't want to embed it here. You'd probably want to put it somewhere cleaner than that, but we will not be complaining anymore because we will be at least functionally having something working. And then this is going to go to none other than to website, which is for all y'all's enjoyment, chadcombs.com. Okay, so let's check it. Website. Cool. GitHub. It looks good. I'm cool with it. I like the Wizzy Waggle stuff. It looks cool. I do need to do like something with like an invisible overlay here. So I just need to embed a button that's an invisible PNG and maybe stretch it. I could probably do an SVG or even like attach an image map to the SVG. But this video is running so long, I don't even know if I'm still live anymore. With this class name did not match multi-user, but I'm gonna look at that later. Like this is not gonna hurt anybody. I don't like this load right here. I'll have to find that out, and then we'll have to run a distribution build. But I think we've seen enough of what Razzle Dazzle can do, and then how we would float into a header, which we don't have. We have a footer, we have a main, but we don't have a header. So let's make a header. Yeah, we're a little late on doing a commit, so let's do a commit and get it going. Added a header like footer OMG and updated footer with material design buttons. API for links, material design here. Commit, push. Now we're just going to make a small PNG file and with an invisible background and stretch it over the firstchadcollins.com, and then we're going to link it. So let's rock on. Let's see, paint.net and file new. We'll make it like 5 by 5 pixels just cause. Click OK, and then we need to like make a new background, which is invisible, and then delete the background that isn't, and then go File, Save As. We'll make it a PNG. Hopefully it sends it as an invisible background, and then we send it to users. Come on, users. Why is that not there? Documents. See GitHub. That's right, I moved my GitHub a long time ago. GitHub, checking out RAZZLE. Let's do it. And then SRC IMG, and we'll call it like Invis logo button. Super cheating way to do this. I could probably just use a button and make it invisible from the theme class, but I'm just gonna roll with what's old school and see if it works. So let's see, we want transparency threshold, no special things, right? We're gonna find out in a minute. Okay, then if we follow how we imported the SVG, I imagine that's done in main, import React from React. But we threw that away. I forget how that was done. But we do have the old file around of home, which is in Razzle Dazzle 2. So it's src home.js. And we just basically imported the logo from React SVG. And it's like logos predefined. But then we were able to, that's weird. It's crazy they got something for logo. So this is not logo, we just want to import an image. So let's close this. And we'll be like React import image. Adding images. Import from React, import logo from logo. With Webpack, this works in CSS too. We don't want to do that. Adding SVGs. Do we have to do import logo? Is that what the deal is?
What about the forests? Nope. Desert. Nope. Desert. 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 Nope. Nope.
Surprisingly, that was pretty easy. So let's check it.
Desert.
So we have this like invisible PNG floating over my SVG, has like the mini logo hard coded in there to make it a little skinnier, but I want to make that clickable now. And I think we just wrap it with a link. So just like we did over in main, we imported, as we did, anyway. What was that called? Oh no! So that's all. Main. Under footer. Footer has the button, right. But like we did in footer, not this one. The actual footer. We brought in link. And then we wrapped it in link. The header. Bring it in. It's weird that I had to use logo, but I wasn't using it. I gotta find out what import logos are about. Like, if I had another image, would I just do like import logo again? Try the image, it didn't work. So then there we have that. Let's get an example of footer link. Something like that. Put it back in the header. Wrap it around. I wonder if it'll get mad if we just do that. Close it with the link, and if you're like, you need a higher order, I guess not. But it did not take the link. Hey man, can't pass out. Link. Are you mad at me? What? Just when I thought it was gonna be easy, and it's not. There's the link. This is the image. It should be wrapped in it. Class is not defined. Oh, my bad, dude. Boom. It worked. So now we want to target just root of this thing. And there it is. I'd say that's a good first pass, except for that reloading issue. It's going to underscore blank. Look, it goes big. I don't like that. What's up with that? Is that how? Oh, because I have the debugger off. Dude. Let's just target self. We were super clean and be like, I think it's self. Make you just take it off. Nope. Is it underscore self? It's been so long. Look at that, man. It matches my video background. but it's not doing that cool stuff like I have going on realchadcollins.com, which this one's just staying local, but the real one is here, where I've installed some web acceleration stuff. It's super fun. You can't take, there's the GitHub. Can't take any credit other than hacking their really hard to read code. Okay, it's probably time to do the final commit. Let's re-say, we checked out React RAZZLE. Okay, folks, if you want to do server-side rendering and you want to try out different frameworks and libraries, there's things out there that you can try, like Next.js. There's the SSR one from Node. It's called React SSR. Probably tons I'm not aware of. Soon we'll be looking at Helmet, and I'd heard about that from Brian. So this was React RAZZLE. I think Telerik's involved. I don't know. I didn't even read that far. But we're able to extend the default that came out of the command line and sort of the boilerplate setup, and we refactored the code, and we were able to put different directories together, put our images. So I got Ivan's point. It's not opinionated, meaning that it kind of came out just flat, and then you could figure out how you want to set up everything else. And that's been pretty cool. So I'll have to give it a thumbs up. There is like 1 or 2 bugs to fix, but let's not focus on that. I'm going to do the final commit, and we'll say final commit, and I'm going to go back over to Facebook, where we have this running under groups/learn React.js, and the video for this is in the source. We're going to grab it right now, the shortcut, and we got 2 likes. We worked hard for those ones. But right under comments here, you just right click, open a new tab, and you get the path there. Maybe take the comments question mark off and just say the live video is here. And then I'm going to end the video with let's commit that. I should be a little more descriptive. Final commit, add overlay PNG or clickable button to root home. It's invisible. I stretched it. It's an invisible square, and it overlays my SVG. I'm so glad I'm not muted. Let's commit that. And then we're gonna say, cool. We have 1 viewer. Thanks for watching. And then we're gonna go on our way out with, here's the app, React RAZZLE, very unopinionated. It has goals to not have too many configurations, but it puts them all in one place. And then I kind of borrowed my SVG from my GitHub site that's just HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap, JavaScript. So we'll just kind of close out my stuff with this, and I'm going to end the stream. So let me try to do that. Mainly Zoom meeting. So start. Stop. There we go. There's the stop share. Thanks a lot. It's been a little bit longer than I expected, but I had a good time. I learned a lot more about React. I think trying out these different server-side React SSRs will give you an idea of what that stuff's supposed to help you do, is get set up quick. And then, like I said, we've looked at the 3 different types so far, and I'll kind of like, in my next video, I'll compare all 3 that I've looked at. Plus we'll be looking at Helmet, and maybe we'll have Brian on with us too. So cheers guys, thanks a lot. Take it easy.